there. Welcome to Back to School Night 2020. My name is Mary Beth Smith. I teach physics and project make within our science and CTE departments. This is my 15th year teaching at El Molino. I live in Rio Nido and have three kids, a 2019 Elmo grad, a current sophomore, and a first grader. I understand the challenges of having multiple distance learners in the same household. Please contact me via email with any concerns you have for this class or any questions that you have. My email address is mbsmith@wuskahuz.org. That is different than the normal formats because it has my middle initial in there. All of that, my email address and all of the important information in this video is on the class syllabus, which is linked right next to the link you clicked on to get to this video. So make sure that you have access to that if you want to have answers to these questions later. And that syllabus includes class ad codes for the Google Classroom and the Zoom links for the class. If you want to monitor your students' progress in my class, the best thing you can do is join our Google Classroom as a parent. If you're having any trouble doing that, please email me. There have been some problems with parents who got invited before and now they were unable to invite themselves. So just email me if you're having any problem getting onto the Google Classroom as a parent. Additionally, you want to have the parent portal set up so you can check your students' grades in Aries. All of the assignments that I have in physics class will be posted in the Google Classroom so that your student can use the Google Classroom to keep track of assignments. But they won't all be graded in the Google Classroom. Some of them will be graded in our online text platform, and some of them will be graded directly in Aries. So again, Google Classroom is for making sure all your assignments are turned in and knowing when they're due. But Aries is the place you want to check for grades. So physics in the universe is a UC-approved D category physical science. And so we are learning algebra-based physics, and this is a conceptual class. But we are going to be honing a lot of math skills that your students learned in Math 1 and some that they're still learning in Math 2. It's integrated with earth and space science. You can expect your student to learn about the basics of forces and how they create motion, collisions, planetary motion, energy transfers, earthquakes, waves, electricity, and much more. Special emphasis is given to the principles of engineering, like problem-solving practices and breaking large projects into smaller pieces, and on science practices, such as analyzing data and coming to conclusions that are backed by evidence and reasoning. We do have an online textbook. It can only be accessed through the link that I have in the Google Classroom and on the syllabus. You have to use that link, and then the students are able to get in it with their Google sign-in. So it's important that your student does have access to this online textbook because it provides valuable feedback. It's an interactive textbook, and it is going to be the way that we are going to take our quizzes through that online platform. So please know that there is always a way that your student can increase their grade in my class. If your student tells you differently, they probably really haven't checked with me. So send me an email right away and we'll set that straight. It is very easy for students to get C's in my class, especially if they have good academic skills and they're good at turning work in. So I found as a science teacher that one of the things I want to tell parents at Back to School Night is to keep an eye on your student if they're telling you that they can't do anything to bring up their grade in physics class, or that they find the material to be too difficult, or that they're really struggling. I would just ask that you contact me and via email so I can tell you if your student has told me they're struggling, and I can also tell you what my perception of their work effort is, because a lot of students who have C's in my class, some of them are working hard and struggling and getting their work in, and that's the best that they can do without hurting themselves too much. But some of them are really settling. So if you'd like to know if your student is settling for the C and that if they did a little bit more work, they could probably have a B or an A, let me know and I will tell you. Usually it's kind of difficult for students to get A's in the physics class. They not that a lot of students don't do it every year. It's just that it requires that you turn in all of the work and you learn all the material. And then students who turn in all the work and learn most of the material usually end up with B's. And you can get a C in this class without learning most of it, as long as you're getting all the work turned in and you have good academic skills. So what I'd like for you to take away from this video is just that I am here to answer any questions or concerns you have about your student, no matter how large or how small they are. Please send me an email at any time, whether it be right after this back to school night or at the end of the year. Just know that I'm here and that I do respond to my email, and that is the best way to contact me. Right, I hope to see you soon in our Q&A session. Have a good night.